Hey everybody, I'm Brian. This is my 2014 Chevy Silverado Double Cab. I'm going to be installing a Rhino rack with the Pioneer platform tray on top of it. They don't make the backbone rails for this year and model, so I'm kind of piecing together. Try to show you here. I already have the rails done. Those were installed on the truck already. You have to go to their website and figure out which pieces go with your vehicle because they strap to the rain gutters on the roof. And this is the Pioneer platform that just came in the mail. What I'm trying to accomplish is get something to handle my Perception tandem kayak, and I like all the accessories that the Pioneer platform has to mount different options on the roof. So I'm gonna get this installed. I'll do a walk around for you guys and review of how the installation and how everything looks on there. I'll check back with you in a little bit. Okay, as I said, I previously installed these. These are the Vortex bars with the 2500 leg kit. And the nice thing is, I give you these little stickers to center, and just this one bolt here, you loosen it. They even give you the tool to do it with. Comes with the kit. And that's the nice thing about this system. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, you can shake your whole truck pulling on it. But quick removal, quick reinstallation. You know, it literally took me less than 5 minutes to set that back on there. It's got the pads that lock into your rain guards, or rain gutters, I'm sorry. And this is all rubber. And this has rubber behind it, so it's not messing with your paint at all. Door closes. I've driven this in rain. It really doesn't affect the seal around the door. I haven't had any water leaks or any problems. There's also a plastic piece that goes over here and locks, so nobody can remove this. I'll show you that once I get this other one on here. Okay, so I got both rail systems on. You can see it has a cover with a lock. It's pretty sturdy. Just to cover up that bolt so nobody can just pop these off of your car. Real simple. Try to do this one-handed here. It's got some tabs, you just line it up. Pops into place. And key, lock it. Now, normally when you install a Pioneer platform on the vehicle from Rhino rack, they have a backbone which goes the entire length of this rain gutter. Problem is, for this model, it's not a crew cab, it's just a double cab. It's got the shorter door. I had to figure out what size I wanted. Measuring across these bars are 56 end to end almost. So I got the 56 wide and 52 long, which will come somewhere about here. But this was my only option to get a tray on here for the price that I wanted to pay. There are a few other options out there in the $2,000 and $3,000 range, which I'm not willing to pay. I got these Rhino rack components on sale. Did very well price-wise on them, so this is what I decided to go with, and I will keep you guys posted as we go on here. All right, so I got everything unboxed here. One thing that I've found from doing the rails, the first set, just the roof rack rails that I had already installed with Rhino rack, their instructions are pretty good. I know the reviews, some people complain about some of the stuff being confusing, which I guess it could be. I consider myself a pretty decently handed guy, pretty handy guy, and I haven't had any trouble with it. I find with a lot of these projects like this, just look up on YouTube. Somebody's doing the same thing that I did. Maybe answer a question for you that you don't have. But I just put down a drop cloth so the stuff didn't get scratched up on my garage floor. And looks like everything's here. So we'll get to work. Okay, so these are the side rails that are going to go long ways with your rain gutters. Pretty straightforward. You got 5 cross members. This is where the Pioneer platform accessories will slide in and clamp down. So you got 5 of those. They each have 2 holes on each end. So you're going to need 10 of these threaded bolts with the flanges that come on, and they just slide right in. Pretty easy instructions. So you got 5 cross members, so you're going to need 20 of them. So you got 5 there, 10 holes on this side, 10 holes on this side. So you got 10, 10, 10, and 10. And then same thing with the front and rear crossbars. Pretty much can only go in one way, so you can't really screw it up. Again, kind of hard to do. There you go. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but pretty easy to follow. Okay, for these corners, basically this top cap just comes right off. You've got 2 holes here and a hole here for these bigger bolts. And then when you put this back on, you got 3 holes for the smaller screws. Like I said before about everything else, pretty straightforward. Comes with this Phillips extension for your drill. I got my drill set on the lowest setting just because I know these are supposed to be high grade plastic, but these corners are still plastic, so you can always tighten them up with the screwdriver when you're done. As soon as that stops, I stop, and then I just make sure they're snug with the hand screwdriver. That's it. That frame's ready to go. On to the next. Okay, so I already ran into an issue, which is not surprising. On this side rail, it's only supposed to get 3 of these studs, threaded studs, because there's only 3 cross members on this particular rack. So I think I was reading the instructions to put 20 in, 10 on each side, but that's if you had more support rails going across. So this is for the what is it, the 52111F. It's 52 by 56 inches. So glad I caught that before I got too much further on. The next part of the instructions actually pointed out that I wasn't going to have enough of those for the main roof tray accessory panels. So pay attention to that. I got them confused. Okay, so we're going to have 5 of the accessory panels. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's 3 support bars. So each end is going to get 2 of these studded bolts to go in the end of the frame, 3 in the middle for the 3 support members, and then 1 on each end for the other end. So make sure you pay attention to that. I mean, it's pretty clear in the instructions, but if you're not paying attention, it could trip you up like it did on the first round for me. So there's 3 support bars, and you need 10 of the threaded bolts with the flanges on there. So that makes a total of 10. So just pay attention to that. It's not super confusing, but it got past me the first time because I had the accessory support panels here confused with the regular support beams, the 3 compared to the 5. So Just pay attention to that. There'll be 5 of these for this size rack. So that's what I'm saying. Pay attention because every rack's different size. This is the size that I chose for my Silverado Double Cab. So this is what it needs. See, I'm already screwing up. But 5 each. All right, so I went around and put all these nuts on top of the bolts, the threaded bolts with the flanges. You just slide these under here. And like I said, I got my drill on the lowest setting so it doesn't crank them down. And they give you this tool. This comes off to put in your drill if you want to use the drill, save a little bit of turning. But you'll hear this pop in place whenever it gets locked in. And that lets you know that it's tightened to the specs that they want it tightened to. It'll start to get tight and then you'll hear it crack. And that's it. So you just go around and do all those the same way. Okay, so the next step is to put these long support bars across. And these threaded nuts with the flanges on them that you slid in, you just have to get them in a line best you can and line up the holes and lay this in. And then there's these nuts. That's a magnetic tip they give you, which is nice because you just put it on and it holds on, doesn't fall off your drill or the tool they gave you. But you could reach in there and get those screwed down. Same thing, those things will lock. I'm going to do it real light with my drill and then lock it by hand. Nice thing about these support rails, they actually have numbered measurements on both ends. So once you get it set up where you need it, like I centered the middle one, obviously it's 0. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not running the backbone skeleton that a lot of these Rhino rack platforms are set up for. I have the Vortex bar regular roof rack. So I have these clamps that are gonna be about 12 inches. So I had to measure in from the rear 12 inches and give myself enough room for this bracket. That's how I came up with that. Now they have this math all figured out if you buy the kit for your car, being that there wasn't a specific kit for a 2014 Silverado. I kind of had to piece this together myself like I was telling you, but the instructions are pretty clear. You scan this and it'll tell you for what model rack you have and what vehicle. I think they have all the calculations done, but it's a little bit different for mine since it's sort of a universal application. I didn't buy the universal rack. They do have those, but I didn't want it to be shorter than my bars. So without getting too complicated, I'll post all the parts that I got that'll fit a double cab from 2014 to 2018, I believe. So if that's what you're looking for, I can help you out there. But the rest of it, you're gonna have to follow up for your specific vehicle. Well, that's it. Of course, it's raining outside now. Perfect timing. But it's ready to go on the top of my truck and we'll go from there. I'm going to pull it in and let it dry off. And this didn't take me very long. It said it'd take about an hour. That's about right. Wasn't extremely difficult. Just have to pay attention. There was a couple things that I got backwards, but I caught it before it was too late. Well, it's still raining, but got everything installed. This ended up fitting exactly like I wanted it to. I was hoping this would be wide enough, and it's just a ½ an inch wide enough to drop down so it's not sitting up too high on the truck on the rails. I think it turned out great. It's gonna come in handy. I got a soft top cap, best top that goes on the back here for camping. And I like to keep all the stuff out of the back that I can. You can, they've got attachments for roto packs. You can put fuel up there. You can put shovels, jacks. There's a roller. I got a roller that goes across the back here. That'll make it easy to roll my kayak up. And then all those slots on the top and here, there'll be different tie down accessories and things you can get to tie different things down, tie down the kayak. Yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. Wasn't that bad of a project. You got any questions, just put them in the notes of the video and leave a comment, and I'll get back to you.